Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel DIY Savvy Mommy, and I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, I'm sharing how to make air dry clay lanterns at home. Working with air dry clay can be slightly difficult, but the end results are amazing, and you can make any projects that you like at home. We all love terracotta and clay lanterns, so I created lanterns out of air dry clay and it looks adorable. Also, this video is very special to me as I am collaborating with two very dear friends of mine, Mom and Melissa. Mom from MomDas Life Handmade is hosting today's Bonded by DIY collab as she is an amazing creator. You will fall in love with her trash to treasure projects, and also Melissa creates amazing Dollar Tree crafts and her look for less are simply superb. I have mentioned both their channels and their videos in the description box, and you wouldn't want to miss checking out their videos. And definitely watch their videos after you watch mine and hit their like buttons too. And if you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And let's get started. To make the lanterns, I took air dry clay in peach color. You can take any color that you wish. I also took a rolling pin and a cutting board to roll the clay, and to make the lanterns I took the entire slab out and cut it into two halves vertically, and then I stored the other half in an airtight container until I use it again as it tends to dry very soon. And then I started rolling the clay with the help of the rolling pin until I reached the desired thickness. We don't want the clay to be very thin as it breaks easily. Once the clay was rolled out completely, I started cutting out the edges to make everything very clear and smooth. So you can see that the clay is not very thick or thin, it's just right. And then I took a small bottle and then I coated it with the Vaseline petroleum jelly. This is a very important step and we don't want to miss it, because otherwise it becomes very difficult for the bottle to take it out from the lantern that we make. And we would recommend using Vaseline only, because in case if we use oils or something, the clay does not dry really quick. So Vaseline is something that works really fine with taking out the bottle from the clay. After covering the bottle, I joined both the edges to make it seamless, like so. Then I rolled out some more clay to make the base of the lantern and cut it out in size with the help of the bottle's base. And then I joined both the sides, like the base of the bottle that I made and the sides, and then created a seamless finish of the lantern. It is normal to see cracks on the surface of the lantern, and you can use a little bit of water to smoothen out whatever cracks that you see on the surface. Then using a knife, I started making patterns on the lantern, and I strongly recommend using an Xacto knife for this because I already cut two of my fingers because of the cutters. So for this, the best that you can use is the Xacto knife. It is really handy when using for the clay projects. Once the design was complete, I again took some water and then smoothed out any visible cracks. And then the lantern was absolutely ready, and I let it dry for around 24 hours before I had to paint it again. While the first lantern was drying, I started with the second lantern with the second slab of clay that I had stored initially, and the initial process is exactly the same process of rolling the clay and then cutting it into shape, and then coating the bottle with Vaseline petroleum jelly and then attaching the base to the sides. For this particular lantern, I cut out circle shapes all around the circumference, and then I scooped out the contents with the help of the cutter. And then I plan to make some butterflies out of the clay, and for it I used the leftover clay from the circles, and I then used it to make the body of the butterfly. In case that you find that the clay doesn't come out really smooth, you can still use a barbecue skewer or your cutter to smoothen out whatever edges you have, and make the circle or whatever shape you have really neat. With the leftover clay from the circle that I scooped out, I made one round ball and a slightly oval shape for the body of the butterfly, and then I took a plastic box and cut out wings out of it for the butterfly. Then I took some thin wire and I measured and cut it according to the diameter of the circle, and then fixed the body of the butterfly through it and inserted both the ends of the butterfly to the lantern's body, like so. Making butterflies was really easy. I took both the parts of the butterfly, that is the head and the body, and then ran a thin wire through it so that the head and the body are in line. And then I took the wings and I glued, not exactly glued, I just pushed them into the clay so that it gets fixed, and it actually gets fixed, it doesn't come off. And then to fit the butterflies onto the lantern, I just pushed both the ends of the wire to the circle so that the butterflies fit into the lantern. You can see how I am just pushing the wings of the butterflies onto the body. Gluing was not really important because when the clay dries, the wings just get stuck between them, and this becomes really sturdy. Similarly, I created 8 more butterflies and then I fixed them onto the lantern. Once I finished inserting all the butterflies at the desired circles, I let the lantern dry for around 24 hours again. By the time the second lantern would dry up, I started coloring the first one with the metallic bronze color, and I covered all the parts with the same color. For a smooth finish, I did 2 coats, and then by the time the second lantern was completely dry, I colored it with gold metallic paint, and for the body of the butterflies I used black acrylic paint, and for the wings I used glass paint in blue color. And this is how my lantern looks after getting completely dry and colored. It looks super cute, and I like the light passing through the wings of the butterfly. And also the other first lantern that I made, the triangle pieces look very vintage and looks something made out of terracotta. So I really liked both the projects that I made, and they were not very difficult to make, very they were little time taking, but yes, I really like the end results. So if you enjoyed watching today's video, hit the like button and please do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all very soon. Till then, bye and take care.